Good morning, Rahul ji.
Good
So
morning. Good
today
morning,
morning
Anandaji.
we
Good
have
morning.
Rahul Shanker ji with us, and it's such a great privilege to have him. And this is like a lens from OII. So in this session, what do? We just interview. We just talk to people, the industry experts who are doing respectively, who are doing really well in their respective fields, to know more about the industry potential and how foreign investors, foreign companies can invest in companies and sectors like this. So, Rahulji, would you like to share a little about you,
Yeah,
about
why
your
not?
journey, about your
Yeah.
profile, etc.,
While
and
I know
how
it's
long you have been
embedded.
in this industry?
So yeah, so it's been about 27 years of journey across various multinational companies, American, Dutch, British companies, and then finally for the last about 6 years, I've been driving an Indian company called Modicare Ltd. This is a direct selling business, and it's been it's an exciting space that we're in, specifically the FMCG industry, and more specifically the direct selling space. So yeah, that's about me on the professional front.
Thank you so much. So, yeah, to start with, what is the potential of this sector? And so you can just start talking about the potential about this sector
Well,
and
I think
about this whole industry. How does it operate?
yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I think, and that's the key question, right? I mean, I feel that direct selling has got it's been contributing big time to the economy, and it's got a huge role to play going ahead as well. This is a category, or let's say an industry segment, which has been growing at a rate faster than the FMCG industry, and a rate faster than even the GDP of this country. This industry is growing at about 8.5% CAGR over the last many years, and so far it's about nearly $2.6 billion industry. But I actually tell my channel partners and everybody here that this is only the beginning. While it's been in business, this industry has been in business in this country for about 28 years. But if you ask me, this is just the beginning. There's a long way to go. Even today, India is ranked 11th in the world in the direct selling business globally, whereas we know that we've got now the largest population in the world. So I feel that the industry's got a huge role to play. It's and on many counts, not just the turnover, or let's say the growth that it can drive to the FMCG sector or the consumer space, but also in terms of building entrepreneurship in India at the grassroots level. And when I say that, I mean not just root level in the big cities, but if you go down the pop strata, go down town classes, this is an industry which has today and will have in the future also a very big role to play. In terms of building entrepreneurship, and as the Prime Minister of India calls it, the skill development, right? Huge potential. I also want to underline one more thing, which this industry will play a big role in. This should really excite you. It's about women empowerment. Yeah, because if you imagine how many women today in India, the huge chunk of women who've got the potential, but somewhere really given them the right opportunities to make a mark. This industry really, with open arms, welcomes women to come and start their entrepreneurship journey. You will be very happy to know that as an industry, more than 40% of the direct sellers out of the 8.4 million active direct sellers that the industry has today are women. So that's a huge number, right? I mean, 40% of 8.4 million is over 3 million, which is fantastic. So while there are some people who ask me this question: do you think direct selling is still relevant in this country, or in this consumer space? And I say that now actually direct selling is even more relevant. So I feel that this is very exciting times for India, and I like the fact that your organization OII has taken this initiative to really go and give a shout out to the investors across the globe to come and participate in this magical India story that is going to unfold over the next decade or so.
So, economic impact. How is the direct selling industry contributed to India's economic growth, and what role does it play in job creation and entrepreneurship?
Broadly speaking,
Generally.
if India has to really fire, if the economy really has to take off, and India really has to make its mark, in the true sense of the word, we need to build entrepreneurship in India.
True.
Of course, job creation is one part, but if you're going to start seeding more and more entrepreneurship in India, and start skill building, you're going to
Mhm.
see that there will be more and more job creation and more opportunities for people. So I think that's an area where direct selling fits in, fabulously well, right? And that's going to be, a key role this industry is going to play. People
Yes.
are hungry to earn more. People are hungry for getting a livelihood, making a mark, living their dreams, and this is what is the key driver for the direct selling space. So it's got a big role to play, and I would say that so far this industry is not even born. It's a 28-year-old baby. It's not even sort of reached its adolescence. So there's a long way to go.
Another question which is connected with the growth strategies. What growth strategies are most effective for companies looking to expand their market in this sector?
I think the
Yes.
answer is very obvious, Anila. It's you cannot ignore India. It's the largest consumer market in the world, plain and simple. And the best part is that we are amongst all the larger economies. Everybody knows this is the fastest growing economy. So there is no question about the opportunity that India lays out, to the rest of the world. So that writing really is on the wall. There's also another trend, right? So the Indian traveler is no more just an Indian traveler within India. He's actually going across the world. So he's going and getting aware about brands. The consumerism is really peaking in India. More and more people are moving to branded consumption as opposed to unbranded consumption. So there is a huge amount of change that's happening, in the entire Indian consumer space. If you look at supply chains in India, they are going through a massive transformation. If you look at the digital space in India, everybody knows tech is one of the things India is known for across the world. There is a revolution going on in the digital space right now. you know if you look at number of WhatsApp users in this country, number of Facebook users in this country, we beat hands down the country which should be at number two. So it's a huge opportunity, and this is a shout out to all those companies that are looking at starting their business out in India. There wasn't a better time than now to really get into India. And the best part about India is that unlike some of the other markets, the smaller markets in India, you can actually build scale very very rapidly if you play your game well. So
Mhm.
it's like I said, if you remember, we used to say India is the market for the future about 10 years back. India, next 2 decades later, it will be India's time. I think that narrative has changed. Now it's really about here and now. At this point, there is no better market. There is no better opportunity than India. So we should welcome everybody into this space and enjoy the India magic.
So, Rahulji, with opportunities comes a lot of challenges. So, what are the kind of challenges that this industry is posing?
Well, look, of course, with opportunities will come challenges. I mean, I'm talking about building a business of scale, so there will obviously be a lot of
Yes.
challenges. But
Mhm.
you've got to be clear what are you looking for. First of all, you need to be clear that what price segment are you targeting, right?
Sure.
uh, are you targeting mass market? Are you targeting value market? Or are you targeting, say, masstige, which is between mass and prestige? Or are you targeting the prestige consumer? And depending on, what segment you're targeting, you're going to basically then devise your strategy. The Indian companies, by the way, and that poses the biggest challenge to any international company that comes into a lot of, is the story about Indian companies that is not what it used to be 10 years or 15 years back. The Indian companies, the Indian promoters have become very, very savvy. They are with the times. They are transforming themselves digitally. They're learning the ropes of the new way of doing business. They are sending their next generation out to the Harvards and Stanfords of the world to learn the ropes of the business. You be prepared if you are a multinational company that you're going to be dealing with a very, very savvy set of Indian entrepreneurs, right? The second challenge or third challenge that you're going to face in India is, distribution. So if you have to crack India, then you have to crack the distribution code, right? Because it's a vast country, and while I did mention that there is a supply chain transformation going on, you know, it's still it's still got some ground to cover in terms of reaching the last mile and last mile efficiently. So that's an area where you're going to always have a challenging time. So you need to understand the Indian landscape to be able to play the distribution game. And if you played the distribution game, let me tell you that half the job is over. Then comes you know I've said three, right? So let's say the fourth challenge, I'm just thinking through it as we're talking, is how do you build? Then comes, brand here. Yeah, because there is no one language here. Unlike, let's say, you want to go and open the UK market, you will have one language to deal with. You want to go and open up the US market, you'll have one language to deal with. Build a brand here. Malaysia, one language. You go to China, largely one language. You go to Russia, again, one language. But when you come to India, there are at least about 5 to 6 different languages in which you need to talk, otherwise your message will not go through, right? So that also becomes a huge challenge. So if you've come into India, you know what price point you're targeting. I mean, what consumer you're targeting. Let's say mass, value, prestige, whatever consumer you're targeting. After that, if you need to also decide what geographies you're going to be targeting, right? Unless, of course, you've got enough investment in your kitty, and you can really sort of just go everywhere, all over the country. If you've got the resources, great. But if you've got, let's say, limited resources, go very, very methodically in terms of driving your distribution game, right? So that's and your brand building game. So that's again, a key point. The other thing that I can think of is talent. So while you've got enough talent and talent at reasonably good cost, I would say fairly cheap talent at the base level, at the top, the talent is expensive. So you need to have the resources to not make the mistake of hiring low cost talent at the top, right? So you need to have the right talent at the top, because that is what is going to pretty much decide whether you will succeed or not. So don't make a wrong choice by compromising on the cost of talent at the top. Yeah, so that I feel is the other bit. And then I can think of regulatory framework as another bit of challenge. Of course, I would say that the government of India is at least intentional about simplifying the regulatory framework that exists in our country, but it is still very, very complex. It is not easy to start a business in India. There are lots of clearances that you need to take, lots of licenses that you need to take, and so on and so forth. But it's not so complicated. I mean, but there is a lot that can be simplified in that space. So those are some of the challenges that I can immediately think of as you're asking me. When you set your foot into this
I
country.
would like to understand, like, can Indian companies also play a role in the global market in this
100%.
sector?
100%. Why not? And there are so many examples of Indian companies that are already playing a big role in the
Yeah.
global market. So 100%. And look, today it's become a lot more easier than it was, say 10 years, 15 years back, right? In this age of, digitization, in this age of, let's say, outsourcing, right? It's become a lot simpler. Yeah.
Yes.
And again, coming back to the point about companies that are coming into India, since this video might reach out to those countries, let me tell you that, one of the mega trends that I have observed, yeah, over the last, I would say, 8 to 10 years, in India, the democratization of manufacturing. Yeah. So, आपको याद होगा, there was a time when everybody wanted to have a factory of their own, right? People used to say, all right, मुझे business करना है इंडिया में, तो I need to have my own factory. Is the demo, right? So I will produce in my own factory, right? This used to be pretty much the norm, right? Now the world has changed in India, big time. So now people
Yes.
don't want to have their own factories.
Becoming
People
one
are,
big place. Yeah.
yeah, people are basically going for co-manufacturing. So there
Exactly.
will be one manufacturer who will be making for many brands and many companies, right? And the manufacturer is actually, as opposed to you having your own factory, today the manufacturer is going out to consumer companies and saying, you know what, I can make this soap for you, I can make this shampoo for you, I can make this shaving cream for you, I can make this rice bran oil for you, I can make this shoe polish for you and toothpaste for you, so on and so forth, right? So this is a huge trend. And what this is doing is it is bringing a lot of entrepreneurs into the market. Suddenly you will have somebody with a seed fund coming from, let's say, some angel investor or a VC, and he'll start a consumer business out, make his own brand, and start selling it in the D2C, direct to consumer channel online, and start a business. So it's just massive. And that is a very, very big mega trend. It's going to change the way business happens in India. And on top of that, some of these manufacturers, their next generation, the new youngsters in their families, they're actually sending them abroad to learn the ropes. So when they're coming back, they're bringing new technology,
So,
rice bran oil.
how can like organization and entities like Opportunity in India help to uh, just generate more opportunities in this segment?
It's a transformational industry. So this is an
Ah,
industry where if you come in, your life can get transformed. Yeah, it and it's not just about the money that you make, but it's about many other things that are attached to it. So you make the money that you make uh, with the time that you want to invest, right? So you're still of your own will, the queen of your own heart, so on and so
yes.
forth. So that's one part. Second is that it also makes you feel empowered. So I've got examples of women who, trust me, have not gone beyond their, uh, let's say, 10 kilometers radius of the house that they live in, and next you see them enjoying a trip in Dubai, right? So imagine how amazing it would be
Yes.
for
Yes.
people to really
Absolutely.
feel that, right? S- I've seen women, and I'm right now talking about women here. So I've seen women, who have this palla over here on the head. You can't even see their face when they come in, and I'm right now talking, and they can hardly talk on to a stranger, and suddenly you will see that this woman is standing on the stage and addressing 1000 people and trying to motivate them to start the business. Can you imagine what that can do? And if this is embraced by more and more people in this country is going to change. It's going to have a
Exactly.
transformational impact, right? And not just women. I mean, I was talking about women specifically, but this goes across the board. Whether it's a man or woman, doesn't matter, but it's very, very fulfilling as a proposition. We feel very nice. It's really heartening to see that there are lives of people that are going through this kind of transformation. You have boy who sells water pouches at 1 rupee at traffic lights in Baroda, and somebody spots him there and gets him into direct selling space. He builds a team, and he starts earning 400,000 rupees a month kind of level. So it's just very very
Beautiful,
very
beautiful,
very heartening.
beautiful. It's a very, very, you are right, and that's a very transformational industry. And we really need to work on it because, because that is what is needed. We need to change lives of people. Like we have to do it simultaneously,
Yeah.
we just can't focus on business. It has to be the whole growth. It has to be transformation that should come. And this sector can really support this. So thank you so very much for this session. It was an amazing session. There are a lot of questions which remain unanswered, but we are running short on time. It has been wonderful talking to you. Thank you so much.
Fabulous, and I wish you guys all the best. You guys are doing an amazing job. I wish
Yes.
Opportunity India, all the best for the future. Why don't I think this is this we need more of these vehicles to go out of India and show to the rest of the world and give them an invitation letter to come in and enjoy the scale that India offers and enjoy
Yes.
the magic that India is going to see over the next 1 or 2 decades. Yeah, in line with the Prime Minister's vision of 2047, Amrit Kal and
Thank you
things like
so much. Thank you
that.
so very much, Rahul. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very
Sure.
much. Thanks.
Thank you.